afternoon.
Yesterday we have done the subject verb agreement. I made you write the rules. We have done the questions. Are you all thorough with that? Any doubt in that? What we have done yesterday?
I have a question.
Yes, ask me.
Please, I was not in the class yesterday, so is there any recording of it?
You missed the class yesterday. It was a very
Yes, yes.
important class yesterday. We have discussed about subject verb agreement and prepositions, all that stuff we have done yesterday.
But can I see it in the Step Up YouTube channel?
I have no idea like how you can search the YouTube. You can ask Ashish about it, Step Up Company.
So how can I
So,
get Hashish number?
okay, I will talk to him and I'll get back to you so
I
that
will.
because this is
Don't
live
Okay.
no need,
streaming on the YouTube is there.
Mrs. Mohit. No need, no need. I will put the link of the YouTube channel right now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So you everything is recorded. You can go through it. I have given time to you people to write it down. Certain things we have done the questions we have discussed. So you can go through that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And try not to miss the class because like there are certain things which you understand it better when you attended in the class and immediately you have that option na? Like I'll be sitting here itself so you can always ask me your doubts in case if you have anything, if you have not understood anything you can always ask me. No doubt like the YouTube is there the videos are present but still like you can go through, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so now today's topic is about the idioms. Have you heard about idioms?
Yes.
Huh. So idioms are like the certain words, certain phrases are there where like a standard meaning is there, right? So there are like the entire dictionary of the idioms is present, but there are certain common idioms which people use in their day-to-day conversation. Like someone who has good English. So if you go to the native English speakers or someone who's good in English, definitely will start using a lot of idioms in the conversation. So if you are aware of those idioms then it makes you it makes it easy for you to understand what exactly the person is trying to convey you. So I know like an entire dictionary of the idioms is there. We cannot learn each and every, but we can start using some of the idioms at least in our conversation. We can read them, we should know their meanings. And obviously, when you will have a test, in that some questions will be there wherein they'll give you the question, they'll give you a idiom, and they'll ask you what is the meaning of that particular idiom, right? So here I'll
Yes,
share
ma'am.
with you one document. You can make a note of it, and I'll give you time to note down. And see, in idioms, mostly it is like you have to memorize it, right? We can discuss about it. The more you discuss about these idioms, the more you will learn about it, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just share one screen with you. not this.
Good evening, ma'am. What is FIB prepositions, ma'am?
Hmm?
FIB prepositions, what does it mean, ma'am?
Preposition means in, on, over, under. These are the words which are called as the prepositions. Right? So a
Yes.
list of preposition is given. You have to memorize that.
Yes, ma'am. We studied yesterday, but what does it mean, FIB?
Huh?
Yes, because it is written in the timetable.
What does it
FIIB.
mean?
Yes.
What you want?
Yeah, he said that what's the meaning of the FIB because in the PRAGATII timetable given to us by Jain University, it's written as FIB preposition. That's what we have today. So what's the meaning of the FIB?
FIB is filling the blanks with the preposition. In that the timetable it is written, but there are certain classes we are going that we have done already yesterday. Today we are doing something else. The reason is there were like some of the math classes were there. Two of your math classes I have taken. One Tuesday
Okay,
and
ma'am.
one
Thank you.
Saturday. Math class was supposed to be there. Instead of math class, your English class has happened, right? So obviously we will be moving ahead two classes, na? Because two classes extra I have taken. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. I understood.
FIB means filling the blanks.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are able to see this?
Yes, madam.
Okay, I
You
want
can.
each one of you to keep a notebook and make a note of it. I'll explain you some of the idioms and then we'll do the questions so that it will become easy for you. As I told you, a lot of idioms are there. The entire dictionary is there. You cannot expect that we can memorize everything. But the more you read about it, it will be useful for you. I have the list of some of the common idioms which are used. You can make a note of them, right? These idioms are the phrases where the words together have a meaning that is different from the dictionary definition of the individual word. Individually, if you look at the word, the meaning will be different. But the group of words together, they have one particular meaning. Like if you say a bird in the hand is word two in the bush, right? Which means having something it is certainly much better than taking a risk of more because chances you might lose everything. Now the next one is like blessing in disguise, right? This is like something very common. People keep using. I met that it was a blessing in disguise. So you say something good that isn't recognized at the first. You may initially feel that this is something bad, but later on you realize that this is a blessing in the disguise. Initially you thought it is bad, but later on you realize it is something good.
Best.
Then we have a chip on your shoulder, right? It means being upset for something that happened in the past. Something happened in the past. You are sad about that. That is a chip on the shoulder. Dime a dozen. Anything that is common and easy to get. Then we have doubting Thomas. Doubting Thomas means skeptic. Skeptic means doubtful. The word skeptic means doubt. Shak karna. Skeptic who needs physical or personal evidence in order to believe something. Doubting Thomas means someone who is very doubtful. He is very skeptical about the things. A drop in the bucket, that means a very small part of, see, bucket is so huge, in that a very small part is there. A fool and his money are easily parted. That means it's very easy for us to for a foolish person to lose his money because he will not use them wisely. He will just invest somewhere or the
Yes.
other. He'll spend like that. So it's very easy for a foolish to get a part from his money. a house divided against itself cannot stand. That means everyone involved should be having the unity and they should work together. If there is no unity, the work will not be completed properly. A leopard can't change his spots. So if you cannot change what you are, right? If a leopard is there, he cannot change the spots which are there on his body. So what you are, you remain. You cannot change your originality, right? Then a penny saved is a penny earned. That means you must spend money very wisely and you should save some money even if it is little bit. So please make a note of all this quickly, write it down. Write it down. Writing makes you help to remember. Doing that sheet of questions, you can do it very easily. But these things, you will write it down. You will remember for a longer duration. Quickly, once you finish writing, quickly tell me. Then we'll move further.
Okay.
Have you all written?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We are done
ma'am.
writing.
Okay, we'll do the next part now.
Sure.
Now it says that a picture paints 1,000 words. That means a visual presentation is far more descriptive than words. When you see something, you tend to remember more rather than something which you just hear. If I just, that's what I told you. Write it down. When you'll write, it will stay in your mind for a longer duration. In case if I just read it out loud without showing you this screen, and I'm just telling you the idioms, you may not remember. If you will not write, you may not remember them for a longer duration. But if you write it down, then the visual description is there in your mind and it will stay there in your mind for a longer duration. And that's the reason they say a picture paints 1,000 words. Then the next thing is a piece of cake, something which is very easy for you to finish. How easily you eat a piece of cake. It doesn't take a lot of time to finish that piece of cake, right? So a task that can be accomplished very easily. For that task, we say it's a piece of cake for that particular person. You can say, watering plants is a piece of cake for me, right? So it's very easy. You can do it in within a couple of minutes. Cooking is a piece of cake for my mom, right? So you like this, you can say. Write it down the remaining two also, then I'll move further. Okay, now the next one is a slap on the wrist. That is a very, see, when someone slaps you on your wrist, it's not very hard punishment, right? If you have done some mistake and someone hits you over here, is it a very hard punishment? No, no.
No,
So a
it's not.
slap on the wrist is a mild punishment which you get. A taste of your own medicine. When you are mistreated the same way, you mistreat someone, you insult someone, you don't give respect to someone, and the same kind of that bad treatments you get back from someone else, that is the taste of your own medicine. When you are mistreated the same way you mistreated others, that's what a toss up, that is a result that is still unclear and you can go either way. So you toss a coin and it has not yet come down, so you are just thinking, is it a head or a tail, right? You don't know which side to go. Actions
Yeah.
speaks louder than the words. That means you should do something instead of saying like I will study, do it and show, right? Don't just speak. When you do something, it is more important rather than saying that I will do. Against the clock, in a very small amount of the time, shortest time may you finish something, like the time is, you in a very less span of time you finish a task, that's called as the against the clock. All bark and no bite, you just speak that you will do something but you don't do that, right? You'll say I will do this, I will do that, I'll do my homework, I'll learn this, I'll learn that, I'll finish this task, but then you just speak, you don't do that work. That's called as all bark no bite. All greet to me. So like suppose if I talk about any vernacular language or something like that, person may say all Greek to me. That means you don't know anything. When I talk about something like a language called Malayalam, it's all Greek to me because I don't understand anything, right? So or if I talk of anything like you talk about maths, I'm an English teacher. For math is all Greek to me. I don't understand anything, right? So meaningless and incomprehensible. You cannot understand because someone cannot read, speak, or understand that Greek language. See, I don't. We don't know how to read a Greek language, right? So read, right? So that's what like something which you don't understand. For that you say it's all Greek to me. Write it down all this. Then we'll move further.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah. I'll just try 1 second, huh? Can you see now? 1 second. I have to. Now is it better?
Yes.
Yeah.
ma'am.
No.
Can you see now?
Yes.
We can see the first one.
You can't see the first one. It's okay now. Once you have
Yeah.
written till here, then you tell me, I'll scroll it down.
Screw it, madam.
Yeah. Can you scroll down?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So now all in the same boat means when you talk about your friends, right? So they all are same boat. Like everybody is sailing in the same boat. Someone is threatening or aggressive, but not willing to engage in something, right? So that is everybody is saying sailing in the same boat. They are facing the same challenges. Everything is at the same level. An arm and a leg. That is very expensive. To buy that, you have to give your arm and a leg. Large amount of the money. Very expensive. An axe to grind. That is like to have a argument with someone, have a fight with someone, some dispute with someone. Apple of my eye. Like generally, mothers will call their children as apple of their eye. That means very dear and someone who is cherished always, whom you love a lot, right? So generally for children, mothers will say apple of my eye. And as high as a kite. That means anything that is so high up in the sky. See, that's called as that's it, because when you fly kites go up in the sky, right? Now,
What's
right?
kite?
Kite, you don't know? Kite, like with the paper, they make one thing and then they fly in the air.
Okay.
Some
Thank you.
like it's rectangular or triangle shaped it is there, and there are certain festivals where you fly the kite with the thread you tie, and then it will fly high up in the air, right?
Yeah,
So
I got
something
you.
it goes very high up in the air, as high as the kite. So some people give you the blessing that may your career go as high as a kite,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So write down all this.
Ma'am, I didn't get the part. I didn't get to write. The
What you did not
all
get?
Greek to
Yes.
I didn't write to me idiom. Ma'am.
Yes.
I'm saying I didn't write. I didn't
What you did not
write
get?
the
I'm
all
not
Greek
able
to
to hear you.
the all Greek to me
Yeah.
idiom. I didn't write it. I
All
didn't
Greek
finish
to
writing
me
it.
means you don't understand that.
No, I don't.
Greek, all Greek to me means it's something which you don't understand. The meaning of that is something you don't understand. See, like if you don't understand Hindi, you don't know how to read, write, speak in Hindi. Then if somebody is talking to you in Hindi, that is all Greek to you. Or if you don't know how to read, write, and speak in French, and somebody starts talking to you in French, then that language is all Greek to you.
Oh, thank you very much, ma'am.
Oh, we can proceed.
Okay, now the next one is at the drop of a hat. That means you're willing to do immediately. Somebody is asking you to do something like do me this, do this work for me, do that work for me. Within seconds, you are ready to do that work. That's called as at the drop of a hat. Okay, so we'll start doing some questions now. In the end, if we'll have some more time, I'll give you more idioms. Okay?
Okay, madam. We'll move.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, now there are these questions which are given. I hope you are able to see this.
Oh,
No, ma'am.
Not able to see?
No,
Okay,
madam.
I'll share it again. Okay. Now you are able to see it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Can you zoom
How?
little bit?
Yes, I will zoom. Now can you see? There are
Yeah,
1
yeah.
to 5
Yes,
questions
ma'am.
are there. You have to pick the correct idiom. Okay?
You have to.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello.
Can you scroll up, ma'am? Because it's not clear.
Hello, madam. Hello.
Ms. Burhit, can you scroll up?
Madam. Hello.
Now, ma'am, what are the instructions again?
You have to do the first 5 questions. The first 4 you can see. Do them first and then I'll scroll down.
Oh, sure thing.
And others who are not speaking, please keep your mic on mute, else I'll mute all. It disturbs the class.
Sorry,
And the
madam.
person who's teaching, the others who are attending, they start getting headache. No unnecessary sound will come.
Hello, madam.
Keep your mic on mute if you're not talking. If you're saying something, then unmute yourself. All of you are adults, such grown-up children. I don't have to tell you every single class that keep yourself, your mics on mute.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Sorry, madam. I don't understand. What do this mean?
What you don't understand?
From this slide, I don't understand anything.
So then you have to check it. Na? Check it in the dictionary. Check it in the Google. Karo kuch to.
Okay.
All of you have phones. Use them. Not necessary that what I have taught you from that only the idioms will come, because I told you idioms are, lot many idioms are there. A complete dictionary of the idiom is there. Right? So if I start giving you, then you can buy a dictionary of idiom and you keep reading. There is no end to that. So the more you do the questions, you have to remember those idioms. Simple.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Let everybody do it.
We are done.
Okay. So when the first one says harassed by repeated acts of injustice, he decided to put his foot down. That means what?
To give up.
To give up, no, madam.
To just act very
To withdraw.
firmly and
Hey.
say, no, I will not allow it. Right?
Yeah.
That means what?
A.
To give up, B.
To give up, no, madam.
Yes. Now it says
To
he
give up.
acts so much like father. Truly, he is a chip of the old block.
Very
It's
similar.
similar
Very
to
similar to
his
his father.
father.
Similar to his father.
Yeah.
It is Smita who wears the trousers in their house. That means what?
Don't know, madam.
Wear the trousers means generally the word trouser is
Where's pants?
associated with men. Right? It's associated with the men, and then men is dominated in a patriarchal society. But when you say Smita is who wears the trousers in their house, means she is dominant in that marriage. Right? Generally, men are dominant in any relationship. Right? So in homes, generally, in a house, any home, any relationship, men are dominant generally. But when you say Smita wears the trousers, that she is dominant over there. I'm sure they will fight tooth and nail for their rights. That means what?
With all their minds.
Pardon?
A. Number 4,
Yes.
A.
Now do the fifth one.
You can't see it. Okay.
D. Number 5, D.
Yes. Number 5 is D. Used all the available, left no stone unturned. In this, they have not underlined this. The idiom over here is no stone unturned. Now, this is something which we have already done before also. Making the paragraphs. Yes?
Yes.
So, you have to see that how a paragraph is being constructed. First, the sentence should have something as the main idea, and then the remaining sentences will have the supporting ideas. So, do this question number 6. And keep yourself on mute. I don't want you people to create noise. You have to understand the other people also sitting here for 2 hours and listening to that unnecessary sound creates a lot of headache in your head also and the teacher also. If anybody will not keep it on mute and making unnecessary noise, no, I'll remove that child from the class only.
Sorry, madam.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So now what is it? It says that the first sentence should be what? Tell me that.
A.
D. D.
See, there are 50% chances are there. If you look into the answer choices, 1 second. So when this kind of the questions are there, we have two answer choices which says A is the right answer. The other two says the D should be the right answer. The first one, right? So let's read A first. The likelihood of an accident is determined by how carefully the motorist drives and how carefully the pedestrian crosses the street. So here one idea has been given, right? Now the second one says the simplest strategic problem arises when two individuals interact with each other and each must decide what to do without knowing what the other is doing. Do you really think that D is the first sentence or A is the right sentence, the first one?
A.
I think A is the
A. Now you see that there are having the B also as the second sentence. Now, if you are confused between A and B, then see A is having the connectivity better with the A or it is having with the D. But that will also help you to solve the questions. Now, an accident involves a motorist and a pedestrian in such a case. So, which case? In such a case. So, they are talking about such a case. Where exactly is case given?
in A. No, madam.
Involving. Exactly.
The likelihood of an accident.
It says the two individuals interact with each other and each must decide what to do without knowing what the other one is doing. In such a case, the case is given in D.
So it's A. It's right one.
Okay. Right, right.
Case is given in what? D. So that means we know that a mandate pair is first D will come and then B will come. Yes or no?
B. Yes.
Yes, madam. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Because here it says such a case. In A is the case given.
Yeah.
What is the case given? It's the likelihood of the accident is determined how carefully the motorist drive and how carefully the pedestrian crosses the street. Is this the case given over here?
Yeah.
What is the case? Tell me.
The likelihood of an accident determined by how carefully the motorist drives and how
Yes.
carefully the pedestrian cross the streets.
Yes. Now this each must know. This each is referring to the motorist and the pedestrian. So that means after B we should get C, right?
Yeah.
And then in the end is the last. This D is the last statement. So that means it has to be A. Because here you say this is there. Then B and C are interconnected. So that means B is connected directly with the A. And then you will have A, B, C, D as the right answers.
It's a bit confusing.
You have to, yes, it is confusing because you have to know the strategies. Okay, wait for a minute. I will share something with you. I'll share the screen. Okay. Now these type of the questions which we are doing are called as the para-jumbles, right? So in the para-jumbles, what happens? The jumbled sentences will be given and you have to make a paragraph out of it. So what exactly first step in the para-jumbles is? You have to comprehend the person, like what exactly is the purpose and extract the meaning out of it. The first step is what? You have to explain the purpose of the passage, right? So what exactly you can interpret from that particular paragraph or the sentences which are given. Then you should be aware what exactly the author is trying to say. You should not get anxiety while solving it, right? And now look for the keywords and the indicators. Write it down, the strategy. First strategy is look for the keywords. Now, what are those keywords which can define the beginning of the description? That's I told you. The first sentence will give you the main idea what exactly will be discussed in the entire paragraph. So write it down. First, look for the introductory keywords. Look for the introductory keywords. Write it down, please.
Can you scroll it down?
Look for the introductory keywords. This I'm dictating you, write it down. Look for the introductory keywords. Can you see now?
Yes.
The first step is given. The look for the introductory keywords which are used to define the beginning or a discussion, describes the central idea of the passage. Central idea is what? The main idea. For example, if you see the words a, n, nowadays, beginning, these words could be the keywords to help you know that this should be the first sentence.
First sentence or first paragraph?
Because one paragraph will be given. No, in the paragraph, you have to look for the first sentence of the paragraph. They'll give you 5 sentences and you have to create a paragraph out of it. So obviously the first sentence of that particular paragraph, right?
Yeah, okay.
Then they have the concluding keywords. That means something which will help you. There are certain keywords which will help you to know, okay, fine, this should come at the last sentence because the last sentence gives you the summary, right? So the conclusion or the summarization of the central idea should be given in the last sentence. So the words which can help you to identify that this will come in the ends are like thus, therefore, finally, eventually, clearly. Write it down, the second point, concluding keywords. Write it down. Okay, now the next one is comparative words. These comparative words or the phrases will help you to know that what should be the pairs over there, right? The comparison between the different factors are placed like likewise and similarly. They also say like what will be the coming similarly, like first thing is come similar to something. So then you get the mandate pair over there. Next one is contrasting keywords. The keywords which help you to know that what is the contradictions which are given. So something is given and the opposite of that will be given, right? So like but, yet, although, on the other hand, nevertheless. Write it down about the contrast keywords.
Let us proceed, madam.
Okay, now the connectors are there. They say that these
Madam,
keywords provide, yes. Okay, let everybody write, please, right? We are not in a hurry. Likho. Write it down, please.
Can you scroll down a little bit? I can't see the connector keywords.
Connector keywords are like something which connects the things, right? So like you see additionally, in addition to this, apart from this, then you'll know that those two sentences will be connected.
Ma'am, can you please scroll down for me so I can be writing the sequence keywords?
Yes, now the sequence keywords are the words which in order to events like firstly, secondly, dates, days, they will help you in what sequence they will come. And cause and effect keywords are there like as, since, due, because, wherein like first sentence will talk about the cause, the second will talk about the effect.
Ma'am, you scroll up a little bit higher. I didn't get the connector words, the connector keywords.
Please write it down. Write it.
I didn't get the chance to finish the sentence. Could you scroll a little bit? Okay, right.
Now okay?
Yes. It's now okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Madam, it's first time in your class. I don't know.
Hello, ma.
Yes.
Please, the website. Can we log into this website?
Please write it down these things. Now the next one is you have to form the mandate pairs, right? So it refers to the sentence which immediately. Please keep yourself on mute. Richard. Richard Dixon, keep your mic on mute. Right? So it refers to the mandate pairs which eventually come together in order. These type of pairs help you to eliminate the probability. Like how we have done the mandate pairs. I will mute everybody.
Mute Richard, madam.
Yeah, so use the time sequences when the para-jumbles are given, like firstly, secondly, lastly, once upon a time, in the beginning, in the end, like these kind of the keywords when they are given, right? Now take care of the nouns and the pronouns also. So if a pronoun is coming, it cannot be the first sentence. First, the noun will be introduced and then the pronouns will be there. So you have to take care of the nouns. First, the noun will come. Immediately after the noun, you can use the pronoun. You cannot introduce the pronoun first and then the noun, right?
Yeah.
So this is what you have to keep it in mind while solving these questions. When you'll solve this way, then definitely it will help you, right? So these are some of the things which I wanted you to know, that these things, if you will know, then these para-jumbles which you are initially saying right now that it is difficult will become easy for you to solve. So now I'll share the screen again.
Can you share the last step, because I want to take a screenshot of it?
I have closed it. Now we will do the 7th question. So 7th May, the question is given over here, the first sentence, and then you can leave the 7th question because it's difficult to scroll. Do the 8th one.
You can't see the full sentence of the 8th one.
I'm doing it.
Madam. Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Let's do number 9.
Do the 8th one and 9th one. Both of you. All of you do the 8th and the 9th question.
Please, I'm not seeing anything on my screen.
Ma'am, can you zoom in little bit?
Okay, do the 8th one first, then I will scroll down.
It's better now. It's better now.
The eighth one it's A. Mr. Hit, you zoomed it.
Is C, madam.
Mr. Hit, we can see 9.
You can do eighth one first.
I've done it.
I have done it,
Madam,
ma'am.
we did. Madam, we did that.
You have done from 8.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Please, what are we to do?
Yes.
Please, what are we doing? I've just joined.
If you join so late, what is the point? Your class starts by 2 o'clock. You should start joining from the beginning. We are doing the para jumbles. So yes, what is the first sentence in this particular question?
It's A.
D.
B. Most computer. Most
Does
computer.
means it is the conclusion. Does is the conclusion. The word does means this is the straight away.
It's B.
After B,
It's B.
B, madam.
Most computer users develop.
Right, so that's why D to gone completely. Now everywhere B is there. So we definitely know that B has to be the right answer. So
Yes.
most computer users develop disorders because they ignore warnings like tingling fingers, a numb hand, or a sore shoulder. Now after that, either it has to be B, C, or D. We have to look at it.
D.
So A says does. Begins the search of relief painkillers because they ignore it, right? Then they begin. So it is what they keep pointing, and C says what? They keep pointing and dragging until tendons, shape, and scars tissue forms, along with bad habits that are almost impossible to change. And then say, but cures are elusive because repetitive stress injuries present a bag of ills that often define easy diagnosis. And then the last one, so thus begins the search of relief, yoga, herbs, surgery, and all, right?
Yes.
So it should be what? The first, the B will come immediately after B, the C, and then A and D. Because D has to, A, one second. So first, after B, what will come?
I think C is right.
After B, C will come, then A, and then last sentence is Delhi.
D, yeah.
Now, next one, do this. The ninth one, all of you do.
It is clear that there isn't absence of economic reform. All this to stop in it is clear that be
Done, Mr. Perry.
Done, man.
The answer is A.
Done, ma.
Done?
Yeah, done.
Okay. So the first sentence will be what? We have to choose between A and B.
B. It's B.
Otherwise, the Congress could not have opposed. So that means it's a contrast thing, right? So we cannot keep this. It says what? It is clear that there isn't a consensus on the economic reform.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
All this will stop
Actually,
India
because
from becoming the superpower. So that means
This is
D
the last
has
one.
to be the
This
last
is the last
sentence
one.
and A has to
Yeah.
be B has to be the first
First
sentence.
one.
The
Right?
last, yes.
So we know B is the first one, D is the last one. Here also
Last
B is
one.
the first one, D is the last one. So we
Let's
can get
go.
rid of this. Now the
Let's
second
go.
sentence should be what? C
C.
or A?
A. It's A.
A.
It's A.
So it has to be
It's A.
No. No, madam.
yes.
Otherwise, the
Now do
Congress
the
would not.
10th question, please.
I suggested that Ford should buy out a company called NCP. Most of the staff are in the city center where they will be. See this out.
Done, ma'am.
Done.
Let others also do, please.
What?
Should we do the number 10?
Okay, so shall we discuss? Keep yourself on mute.
Miss Burhit, what?
So what will be the first sentence?
D.
B, no, madam.
Whether it should be B or D, we have to look at it. So first we'll look at D. It says what? We are discussing competing in the European market. So it says clearly that we are discussing what, right? Then D says what? At one time, I was giving a seminar for the British marketing department of Ford, the biggest Ford operation outside the Detroit. So whether it should be first D or B?
B, no, madam. B.
Yeah. So it should be B. Then the next after B, what should be there? I suggested that.
D, no.
So first thing should be D, right?
Yeah.
It says what? I suggested that Ford should buy up a company called NCP which owned most of the car park. I'm not going to do this question with you all if you're not keeping unnecessary sound out. Keep yourself on mute or I'm not teaching. Unnecessary sound from wherever it is coming, keep yourself on mute. Otherwise, I'm not going to solve these questions with you.
Ma'am, can you mute all, please, ma'am? We can answer through the inbox. We can answer through the chat.
So the first thing it says there is if a condition is also given. So you have to be very careful what should be the pair over here. So one say at one time I was giving a seminar for the British marketing department of Ford, the biggest Ford operation outside the Detroit. So here the noun Ford is given over here, right? And he's giving that sometime what he was doing. Then I suggested that if you think this, then immediately after we are discussing competing in the European market. So we are discussing competing in the European market. And I suggested that Ford should buy up the company called NCP, which owned most of the car parks in this. Now, when I suggested that it should own something, then if it became the Ford company, notice could be placed. So that means A and C are mandate pair. A and C are mandate pair. So where exactly you are having first A and then C? This. So that's why A should be the right answer.
Miss Burhit, can you mute all? There is noises.
I have muted all. Now, if you look at this type of the questions, first one, what does it say? Directions for questions 11 to 15. Like if statement 2 is the cause and the statement 1 is effect, you have to find out whether what is the cause, what is the effect. A. D is if the statement 1 is cause and the statement 2 is the effect. If both the statements 1 and 2 are independent causes. If both statements 1 and 2 are effects of independent clauses. Or if both of them are common causes. You have to find it out. Like it says the porch is covered with the snow. It has been snowing since last night. So what is it? Which statement is it? See, it says that the first statement is the cause. So what is it? It says it has been covered since last night. Right? Why it has been covered? Because it has been snowing last night. So the porches. So this one is telling the cause. And this one is the effect. Because it is snowing throughout the last night, what is the effect of it? That now the porch is covered with the snow. So first I want you to make a note of it A, because when I'll scroll up this A, you will not be able to see. Write it down A, this part. What is A? Statement 2 is cause and statement 1 is effect. Write it down. Written. Now the next one is, these questions are there. You can write it down B, C and D also. Because as we'll scroll up, you will not be able to see all this A, B, C, D, E. Write it down quickly. Write it down quickly.
Madam, let us proceed, please. Hello.
You should do 11, 12 and 13 questions, please.
Ma'am, can we proceed?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay, so now it says the huge truck overturned on the middle of the road last night. The police has cordoned the entire area in the locality this morning for half of the day. So what is the cause? The cause is the huge truck overturned, right? And the effect is this: because the truck overturned, the police has corroded the entire area, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Next one is the police resorted to lathi charge to disperse the unlawful gatherings of large number of people. The citizens forum called general strike in protest against the police atrocities. So what is the reason over here? The first one is the cause. Because the police has started the lathi charge, citizens have called the general strike in the protest. They are protesting the lathi charge, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, madam.
Next one is you do 14th now, 14th and 15th. 14th and 15th you have to do.
Men and women are not just two. Men and women are not just two spaces that communicate differently too. Man and woman. Men.
Okay, so let's do the 15th, 14th one. It says men and women are, one second. Just two species that communicate different, but communicate differently too. Women have taken to power of dressing. There's no cause and effect relationship over here. No, it's see what? It's see that both the statements are independent statements. They are not having any relationship with them, right? So the car manufacturing companies have recently increased the prices of the mid-sized cars. Government recently increased the duty on the mid-sized cars. So what is it? The cause-effect relationship is there or not?
Yes, madam.
Because the government has recently
Second is
increased
for,
the duty. The duty is increased. As a result of
yeah.
that, what they have done, they have
The
increased the
car
price.
manufacturer
So this
companies
one
have,
is the
yeah.
cause, this one is the effect.
Yes,
Right?
madam.
Now, the next one is, the next type of the questions are the analogy questions are there. Like, what is the relationship? You have to figure it out. So it says marathon is the race, right? So when you talk about marathon, you talk about the race. When you talk about hibernation, what is the hibernation means? Does hibernation means winter, dream, beer, or sleep?
What's hibernation?
Beer.
Yeah, bear goes to hibernation,
Yeah, no,
but there
madam.
are other animals also who goes for hibernation. But what they do when they hibernate? Going to hibernation means what?
They go to sleep.
They go to sleep. When you say there is a marathon, that means they are running. There is a race which is happening. So when you say there is a hibernation taking place, that means someone or somebody is, or any animal or anybody is going to sleep. So hibernation is equal to sleep. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the 17th one says odometer is to mileage. So as the compass to. See, odometer is an instrument which is used to measure the miles. How many miles are covered? We use this instrument odometer to measure it, right? Similarly, we can use compass to measure what? With the help of the compass, do you measure
Direction.
speed, needle, hiking, or direction?
Direction.
Yes. So we measure,
Direction. Yeah.
right? So these are type of the questions are called as the analogy questions. One more last question we will do, and then remaining we will do it in the next class, because like only 2-3 minutes will be left. Then you have to we will continue this in the next class. See, one more I'll do it. Binding is to books. So we will join the books and we'll bind it together. Right? So collection of pages or the collection of books is called as binding. Gang museum is equal to criminal, or artist is equal to carpenter. No, so criminal is equal to gang, display is equal to museum, artist is equal to carpenter, frame is equal to picture. When you display something, lot of things displayed, then it has to be a museum. So it has to be Bombay, right? Now just think over whatever we have done today. Have you followed or not? Oh, 91
Yes,
messages
madam, we
are there.
followed.
Who are these people who are messaging me so much? You all are giving answers. I have not read these answers.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you. Isfahi, can you hear me?
But I have a question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I have a question.
Yeah, tell what is your question?
It's number 18. Yeah, if displays gives us the museum, then like more than 2 or 3 criminals, are they not suited to be called a gang?
Yes, madam. The same doubt, madam.
We'll continue this in the next class now.
Okay, madam.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine, bye. Thank you. 4:30
Bye,
again,
madam.
your class is their communication skills. That also I will only take.
Okay.